Shop Podcast, episode number 44. 44 coming at you from Boxo Studio in the rock and roll capital of Canada, Hamilton, Ontario. And I'm joined once again by Ryan Cannon, who's here.
Barely. He
is a trooper. You know, I'm not even going to tell you what he's been through in the last little while, but he will come here.
There's no sick days on the Barber Shop Podcast.
No, there isn't. We don't accept that. It's kind of like worse than any army that you've ever been to. And we're looking for interns on that note, so we'll be getting a hold of any eager beavers soon enough. Well, got some more rock and roll, Ryan.
Yep.
Got these boys, and they have been tearing it up. I can't pick up a newspaper. I can't go on the internet without hearing or seeing them. They're doing what needs to be done to be seen and heard in the business that is so hard scrabble, but the strong survive. And we have three strong guys in the studio today. I want to introduce, we got Dean Irvine, Mike Park, and Gabe Bitti here from Dawn Before Descent. How you doing, guys?
How are you, man?
I'm
good,
doing
man.
Great. I'm doing great.
Ryan, how you doing?
Awesome.
Still surviving?
Yeah, I'm surviving.
You look good.
Yeah, thanks.
You're the best one. You're the best looking one in the room.
You know what? And that's saying something, because Ryan didn't try that hard. You get out of bed looking that good.
He doesn't need to.
I do, yeah. It takes me forever to get my hair like this.
Mine too.
Yeah.
You got some left, though, right? Yeah.
Not on my head, but I got plenty everywhere else.
I could probably migrated down.
I don't want to hear anything from you young bucks with all the hair going around all the young girls. So I want to get right to it. We're going to play some live rock and roll here, which I love, in the studio. We're going to play some stuff off of your new CD, full-length CD. You got some hard product out there. It's always nice to see physical product out there. Guys doing the work to promote that. I want to hear about how you recorded it and how it went down. But as we usually do, we talk about your association with music, how you fell into music, how it was chosen, how you were chosen by music, and where it's kind of how it's led you to the here and now. So, Dean, why don't you tell me about music and when the first time you remember it really grabbing you?
Well, when I first started playing music, I was sitting in the basement with my dad playing video games.
How you doing, Bill? I know you're watching live on Justin TV.
Yeah, we were playing Splinter Cell for Xbox, and then I knew my mom had a guitar, and we were just playing video games, discussing music, and I was like, hell, why not? I just went upstairs, grabbed the guitar. He knew "Sunshine of Your Love," so he taught me the main riff.
Yeah,
and I fell in love with it. Started learning all the one-string songs like "Smoke on the Water" and all those classic Iron Man, all those
Rocky
classics.
Mountain Way.
And got into some lessons and formed the band about a year into playing, which was about 2006, and we've been going ever since. We finally put it out an album.
Did you guys all know each other before you started playing, or you actually started recruiting?
Been too many drummers, man.
I hear you, but yeah, you've been through, and this is a process where there's always, usually two guys who are like, okay, man, let's do this, and then finding that elusive, especially in a trio, it's always, two against one, so it has to be that whoever's out has got to be strong, right? He's got to be good, he's got to be strong, and everyone's got to be a great player.
Yeah. Well, me and Mike, we
would you mean grade 5 or something like that? You've been in the same neighborhood?
I started playing guitar when I was in grade 6, formed the band when I was in grade 7. You would have been in grade 6 or grade 5. So, and then we had another drummer, and then me and Mike have been in the band ever since 2006. And Gabe is our 5th drummer.
Right.
5th drummer. Met them through high school. A couple times we put like some posters out at pond jetties and all those stuff, and got some calls, and we finally lucked out and got Gabe. He's really awesome, Mohawk student.
Yeah.
And we got to know Gabe because Mike's dad is an awesome bass player. Gabe's dad is an awesome drummer.
Right.
And they played together way back when, so then they said, called out Gabe.
Yeah.
So we met him, and
it was
he's
a
awesome.
pretty trippy story. Yeah.
So, Mike, was your dad like stuffing instruments in your hand? At, the
no,
earliest
not
age?
at all.
No.
I first picked up a little tiny guitar and played that. I hated it. My dad played bass all his life, pretty much, and I just thought that was such a cool instrument. I need to learn.
Yeah.
And I've been listening to rock and roll since I was a baby. So it's been stuck in my head ever since.
Now, all you guys, did you find it weird when you're growing up and you're in grade 4, 5, 6, where people were digging at a completely different style of music than what you liked, because you're kind of tuned into what your old man liked?
I thought they were weird.
Yeah.
They are weird.
Yeah, exactly. They're still weird.
I can't say that I was completely against the trends growing up. I will say I was a fan of the Backstreet Boys and whatnot at one time, but my dad and my mom always played rock and roll music, so I kind of got into it way before the people around me. And I've just been outside of popular music, like the top 40 stuff.
You've accepted it for a while. You've accepted that it's like, you know what, I know what I like, and that's what I'm going to do.
Pretty much. I work at Tim Hortons and I have to hear the top 40 for 8 hours, twice a week anyway, so I would still get my dose of it, but I'd rather listen to really heavy or really classic music.
Yeah. And what about Gabe? Like, were you always like the hyperactive kid smashing on pots and pans?
Actually, you could say that for sure. My dad was and is a drummer still.
Okay.
And I've grown up from it, like from a really early age. I've basically been playing since I was 2, on and off. And then I started picking it up again in high school. Yeah. And I ended up like playing with the bands and whatnot. And eventually, I auditioned at Mac, but went there for a year and wasn't too crazy about the music program. So I'm over at Mohawk now, and I'm studying jazz drums.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I have a number of friends who went through there, and it's a great program.
Yeah,
great
it's
program,
awesome.
And they've worked really hard at saying, okay, we have to have realistic goals about getting gigs. So I don't know if you guys worked a cruise ship, routine, whatever it takes, but to make music your career. At that age, most of us have either been, never went to school for it or kind of fell into it afterwards.
Yeah.
But to go to school for music, it's a fair bit of pressure, because you're not going to go out, and you've got that on your resume. So you're walking in and people are going to roll their eyes and say, all right, this guy's got dreams beyond this place, and you have to kind of keep that alive. You have to work.
For sure.
Yeah. So hook it up with these guys. Did you know right away the first time you played that this is something that they've got a real cohesive sound that you found easy to play with?
Yeah, I felt like a pretty instant connection, and it just sort of went from there, and it is what it is now.
So how long has the three of you been playing together?
Since May, I guess. Yeah, since May. Our last drummer quit, and we had a show 2 weeks later, and I got our first drummer to come in, we're still all friends, and he came in and covered for us for that show. But after that, we started auditions again after exams were all done and whatnot, and Gabe joined in May. And he's been really, really great. Definitely the most talented drummer that I've ever had the chance to play original music and stuff with. He's really great. Yeah.
You guys start writing? Like, what's your writing process? Do you write out of a jam and you find this new material comes with play with Gabe? Yeah. And it's a hook, and you say remember that, drive it into your head.
And for me, studying exams, I had a lot of time with my guitar alone in my room, and I wrote a ton of stuff throughout the course of my studying process. Don't tell my teachers that. But
it was a form of learning.
Yeah. So I had a whole bunch of ideas to bring in. Gabe's a songwriter, and Mike's a songwriter. We're all songwriters, right? So we had a kind of that break, and we had a new drummer. We all just kind of threw our ideas together and Run From the Light. Yeah. Our first song that we ever wrote together, we popped out in a month and played it our second show together, which was after a month being in the band.
Hopefully more to come soon.
Yeah, no doubt. Man. You've got a show coming October 1st.
Yes.
We'll touch on that again. Tell us a little bit about that. The October 1st show.
Yeah. We're playing at the Corktown. It's a fundraiser for monkeybiz.ca.
Yeah, and they do good work.
Sorry, it's not the Corktown. I'm so sorry. This ain't Hollywood. That's my mistake.
No, this ain't Hollywood.
This ain't Hollywood.
Lou will forgive.
I'm sorry. I love the Corktown. I love This Ain't Hollywood equally. Yeah, but I would say we're super excited about playing that show. monkeybiz.ca actually featured one of our songs, Gypsy, as their song of the week.
Nice.
So we're pretty excited to get out there and to support them and everything that they're doing.
Yeah, and it's important.
Cindy's a big fan of the band, Cindy Engel. She's involved with the band. And
and you have to constantly make those connections, and you have to foster those relationships, because you can't do it all. You have to do as much as you can, but you're going to be meeting people the whole time who are going to help advance and foster your career.
Yeah.
Which is what it is, It's interesting because I listened to this and I was impressed, but I'm looking forward to, you guys having the fortitude to last 10 years. I'd like to hear with your voice a little whiskeyed up and broken with a few.
Oh, I'd love to hear that too.
And it's got so much. It's like a brand new car that's still shining, and it's like, okay, I want to. I'd love to see how this band matures because it's got a hell of a lot of potential, and it's got a great foundation, which you really, you need going forward. So before we get into the CD, when it's available, we're going to put those links up as well. We'll talk about the recording process and whatnot, but you're talking about Run From the Light. I want you guys to play, lead us off and maybe play a live tune. You want to tell us anything about that song in particular?
Yeah, Run From the Light. It's the first song that we wrote with this lineup, and we could not be more excited to be playing it here, at shows everywhere. Yeah. So I could probably tell you a little bit the lyrics. Run From the Light. The light is basically something that is like a form of oppression on your creativity, and I feel I'm not going to name anything, but I'm going to name just what the light is, and that is that, like, when I hear a lot of music that comes out that's under a label's control or under some sort of control in any sense, and I hear that bands will change their sound completely to sound like all the rest of the bands on the label. And once again, I'm not naming anybody, but I hear a lot of that because I listen to a lot of music, and I didn't want it. It doesn't just go for bands and anything like that. It's basically run from anything that you think is going to hinder your creativity, because that's really what's most dear to people like me
that are out there.
Exactly.
That will destroy you if you let them.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, run from the light.
Run
to it.
From the light.
Don't run to it. Run from it, man.
Here we go. Dawn Before Descent at barbershoppodcast.com.
Like the walls around you are closing and you can fight it, but what the hell can you really do? When you're scratching at the walls, they're forcing you to crawl, laughing in your face as they take it all. I know is where I should be, becoming the man I'm meant to be. So baby, run from the light, run from everything that you hold high. You won't make it, this is where I'm meant to be, holding on to my beliefs. Talking to the new kid when the walls around him are closing and you can fight it, but what the hell can you really do? At the walls that forcing you to crawl, laughing in your face as they take it all. I know is where I should be, becoming the man I'm meant to be. Run from the light, run from everything that you hold high. You won't make it, you'll never be free to do the things you love as you please. Run from
and roll from barbershoppodcast.com. That's Dawn Before Descent. Killer song.
Thanks, man.
Man, you want to pick this CD up? Where is it available? You get it at Dr. Disc,
Yes, sir.
and you get it at Cheapies. Who else has got it?
iTunes has got it. CD Baby has got it.
Yep.
Amazon.
Amazon will ship a hard copy to your door. It doesn't matter where the hell you live.
Yeah, it's also available digital for anyone who wants to just throw it on the computer. But probably the easiest place for anyone to pick up any of our tunes is probably right off our website, dawnbeforedescent.com. We have links to all of our retailers that will have the site, plus any info you have on the band. So definitely check out dawnbeforedescent.com.
Cool. So I want to hear from both of you. A band when you were at that magic age of 10, 11, 12 that totally rocked your world, that you listened to so much that your mom wanted to get rid of the fucking CD. And then I want to hear who you listen to today, because a lot of times it's tough when you're in your band, you're totally consumed with your own music. If there is anyone who you're listening to who's a bit of ear candy for you right now. Start with you.
Start with me? All right. Well, I'm not going to lie. I've been listening to a lot of heavier music lately, just because that's what caught my ear. I think a lot of the stuff I was listening to at the time just was getting progressively heavier. Like when I was at the beginning of high school, I liked bands like 3 Days Grace and like Breaking Benjamin, and I liked like Avenged Sevenfold, bands that were kind of on the cusp of like going into more metal and hardcore kind of things. And what I listen to right now is like bands like A Day to Remember, August Burns Red, just simply because I love the songwriting, and I also love the fact that not really under any major label or radio play, but still when you go to these shows, there's thousands of kids who go out to them, and it's just kind of it's not really an underground community, but it kind of feels like one in its own way. You see all these bands at festivals like Warped Tour and stuff like that, and I just got really into that. But I'm also studying jazz in school. I'm also I also listen to a lot of classic rock. I also listen to blues and stuff like that. But right now I've been kind of into the heavier stuff. But that's just me right now. I might shift or anything like that. But yeah.
Right about you, Gabe? Who was like the band that you listened to when you were at that young age?
When I was I listened to a lot of metal back then as well. Like more of the heavier stuff, like the Faceless. Cannibal Corpse was a big one back then. Lamb of God. But I've always grown up with a lot of classic rock too, and like one of my favorite bands of all time has to be The Police. Like they just have such a unique sound, and I love that kind of stuff. I love a lot of jazz as well. Like I've kind of grown up with that since my dad's a drummer. And he's just exposed me to a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah, I can tell by the way you play that there's a complexity there that that people who like Stuart Copeland and like jazz are going to pick up on, and it can be difficult to play with, and it can be a joy, but you guys lock in. I mean, that's wonderful. And who are you listening to now? Like, do you listen to anyone, or you just
so much different kind of stuff, like anything from sort of psychedelic electronica to more jazzy sort of hip-hop stuff, like Robert Glasper is up there. I still listen to a lot of the heavy stuff. Gojira is one of my favorite bands as well. Like all sorts of funk, all sorts of stuff. It's too much.
Yeah. How about you, Mike? Do you have like a narrow or I guess it just widens the more you play.
Yeah,
the
for
more.
sure. When I was younger, I was listening to whatever my dad had on. Usually just classic rock, Rush, all the classics, Led Zeppelin, Jimi Hendrix. Now I just kind of listen to them a little bit more and actually focus on what's going on and whatnot, and gotten a lot into funk, Red Hot Chili Peppers. I can't stop listening to these guys. Like,
you definitely cannot stop listening.
I can't.
We're at a party. As soon as Mike goes towards the MP3 player, Chili's or Rage Against the Machine, but mostly Chili's.
Because there's a kind of an element to music that you can't always quantify, and it's a fun factor. It's a thing that makes people smile and makes their butts move, and they had it in spades and still do, I'm sure, to a certain extent at certain times. But keep it hungry,
Those are also two bands that are great bass player bands. Those were two of my favorite bands growing up, especially Rage. That first Rage album, I wore out 3 tapes before I finally got a CD player. But Yeah, those are
So
awesome bass player bands. Same with the Police.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
And do you find that the longer you're a musician, that you start to dissect the music as soon as you hear it and say, okay,
Oh, for sure.
you
Yeah.
know,
Absolutely.
Before it just sounded cool, but then you actually get the feel of it and you get right into it.
yeah, and you're like, that's what he's doing.
Yeah,
That's tickling my fancy so much.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like,
It's also like every time you learn something new, you realize how much you don't know.
Yeah.
You know? It's just,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's often been said on the show that the better someone is as a musician, there's this natural progression that the humility grows too.
Yeah.
And the best musicians are the nicest musicians because they realize, wow, everyone's idolizing them, and yet they still have this wonderment that how little they know.
Yeah.
You know, where, when we learn those first 2 or 3 riffs,
Yeah.
that's all we need. We're good. Everyone's going to listen. So tell me about the recording process. Did you do it in a bunch? Did you start husbanding and stockpiling tunes, and then finally go in when you were nice and toit as a toiga?
Well, those
Toy
songs,
tons.
yeah, those songs were kind of. Understand was the first song we ever wrote, and we wrote that when I was 13, and we recorded the album when I was 18.
Right.
So
You had 5 years.
songs.
of coaching.
Honestly, it was like 5 years of songs that we needed to record, and we actually wrote, finished a song in the studio, wrote a song in the studio. Just kind of, we're writing, closer to our deadline, because like when we got more mature with our writing, that's when I think we produced the most music. Like songs on there like Leave Me, the second track, and Turn the Tide, the last track, were songs that we wrote like right on the deadline of the studio.
Yeah. And that's happened too, where a lot of bands go into the idea to record an EP, and something happens, and the juices start to flow, and it's like, man, we can do an album. Let's do 10, let's do 12.
Yeah.
Is that kind of what happened?
Yeah, we knew we definitely wanted to put out a full length, and we did it with Mark Brewer at Image FM, and he came in. We did pre-production. He heard all the stuff that we had. He put his input into the songs, and honestly, we went to the studio and we just banged them all off, and we were pretty much finished everything recording wise in about a month.
Nice.
Yeah, and we were able to press the album and do all of that, and we released it officially on February 1st, 2012.
That's fun. It's kind of like having a baby, right?
Oh, it was so good.
All your friends are there. You're getting lots of free booze.
I know. Yeah, it's so cool. Plus, like, some of them, like, who come to the parties and they're like, you're done before the sun, and they like throw on one of your songs at like a party, and it's just like, oh, that's kind of uncomfortable and awesome all at the same time.
All right, well, I want to spin one off the CD. I want to play Understand. Is there anything that you'd like to tell us about this particular song?
That song changed not too many times, so many times.
This is a 5-year-old song?
Yeah.
It's
From
the
when
first
we
song-
First
wrote
song
it,
you wrote together.
basic is all, and then I don't know. I guess we just got more
bored and
creative.
better.
And I don't know. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah,
But-
like, I think this song was actually been recorded 3 times.
That's when Dean started getting into his hardcore stage and start writing breakdowns.
Yeah, so like so this kind of has like some of those metal elements within it, and we were super happy with the way this turned out. It was actually, I think, our producer's favorite song off the record. Going into it, he's like, has anyone recorded that song yet? And we're like, no. He's like, we're recording. We got to do it.
Nice. Okay.
So,
well,
yeah.
when it makes the producer happy, that you're onto something.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're all going to understand when we hear a little bit of it right now. So here we go. Dawn Before Descent. This is Understand on barbershoppodcast.com.
Show me where to
need to know to understand you. Tell me what I need to know to understand. And oh, and now, and oh. Tell me what I need to know to understand you. Tell me what I need to know to understand. And oh, no. Understand and know.
Understand from Dawn Before Descent at barbershoppodcast.com. So tell me, what has been the greatest revelation of your life in music so far? You got expectations and now you're into the fray? Pretty much what you expected, or have you been blown away by anything? What's been the biggest surprise?
Do you have anything?
Can't say too much.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Getting out there and playing original music
Yeah.
for people was just the biggest thing. And then, like, our CD release party, we sold out, and that was a really cool feeling, just knowing that many people wanted to come see you.
Yeah.
It's just, my dream is just to have, people coming up to me and telling me, the effect that my music has had on them, and that sort of thing. And just have people, I want my music to reach as many people, obviously, as I can, but because we are all in love with these songs, and like we pour everything that we musically have into them, right? So it's just like, having an album out there. And when we won the Hamilton Music Award, that was really cool too. That was a really cool feeling, going up on stage and knowing that amongst some of the bands we were nominated with like Threat Signal, we were nominated with, and like Skynet, and just like we were completely surprised because those bands are incredible, and our sound isn't even close to what those guys are putting out, but they put us in that category, and they really liked the album, so I guess they gave us the award. And that was probably my favorite musical moment ever.
For sure.
Giving the victory speech and coming out of there and just like fucking
Floating.
emotions just pouring out of me.
Was that us?
I was like, what? They called our name, I was like, and then watching the award show on CH News. That was cool.
Well, yeah, to get that kind of positive reinforcement at this stage in your career is good.
Yeah, it was a super great feeling. Plus, we won it for that CD, so it was just like super awesome.
Were you been totally prepared to the extent of how much you have to really do yourself in this business, as far as saying, okay, from the publicity and the promotion to the bill to the technical aspects of it, to social networking, to all of it, have you been excited, and do you embrace that?
Yeah,
that end of it, like the shovel and the work.
Yeah, you definitely start to understand that it's unfortunately not just about the music. There's a ton of work that goes into it. You need to talk to people, you need to communicate, you need to be on all the social network sites, you need to put a lot of work into it, like a lot of work. And that really, my eyes were really open to that, because it's hard to make your music stand out, especially when our music isn't like, if you're in a hardcore band, I think there's a lot more venues that cater to those kind of sets, and people love heavy music in this city, but we don't fit into those kind of bills. And we're in a tough spot in the way that, like, we need to make our music stand out. And I think we're in love with the music we do, so we have so much faith in our music. It's just a matter of getting out there and pushing it as much as we can.
Yeah, and you make converts, and you get those super fans, and those people bring other people in, right?
Yeah.
You just keep doing it. I mean, I think that's a big secret.
Yeah.
All right, Fight With Me.
Yeah, the ballad on our first ballad we ever wrote.
Yeah.
First, not even on the CD. These two, like, we played Run From the Light before. That's not on the CD. This one's not on the CD either. We wrote that right before Gabe got into the band. And
was it with the conscious decision that we should write a ballad, or you just had a riff and you started jumping in on it?
I just started playing something. Dean jumped on it and was, hey, that sounds good.
Yeah, it actually all started with a bass riff.
Yeah.
And I was just like, dude, that's
many songs have started with great bass riffs, haven't they, Ryan?
Those are the best songs.
All the ones I write.
Yeah, that was sweet emotion.
Yeah, well, definitely this one he started playing, and I just threw some fancy chords over top of it, and I love what Gabe's bring to this song too. It really gives it a nice feel.
Yeah.
And so it wasn't really the conscious effort like we need to write a ballad like all the best bands,
Yeah.
But we're
Kinda
super.
just fell into place.
Yeah, definitely. And we just worked on that. Really worked on the lyrics, and we actually came up with a ballad that we were just really proud of because we never wrote anything soft like that. Right? Like all the songs on the album are just like rock and roll. 8 songs, So.
And this is the sweet one. Well, I would be honored if you guys would play it for us.
I would love to.
Would you love to?
I would love to sweeten you up.
Sweeten it up. Sweeten up the air here at Barber Shop Podcast here in Boxo Studio from Hamilton, Ontario. We've got some live Dawn Before Descent.
Troubles to me, and they're all that's on my mind. You ask me to search, but they're not always there for me to find. We got so much going for us, don't let it break. You say it's a risk, but I think that it's one that we should take. The light in your eyes brightens my life, reminds me we've got a reason to fight. I'll be the best that I can be for us, 'cause you've got the world at your fingers and the wind at your feet to sweep you off the state of mind that we're facing defeat. Your whole life in motion and nothing that you can't be. I swear that we can make it through this. All you have to do is fight with me. Again, you knock me down. It's not with your hands, but your smile that knocks me to the ground. It's your love that brings me to my knees. So let me please be the one who loves you in return. The light in your eyes brightens my life, reminds me we've got a reason to fight. I'll be the best that I can be for us, 'cause you've got the world at your fingers and the wind at your feet to sweep you off the state of mind that we're facing defeat. You got your whole life in motion and nothing that you can't be. I swear that we can make it through this. All you have to do is fight with the one who's been with you now from the start. You have the time of our lives, and so reach off the state of mind, the world facing defeat. You got your whole life in motion and nothing that you can't be. I swear that we can make it through this. All you have to do is fight with me.
Fight with me, Dawn Before Descent, here at barbershoppodcast.com. Once again, the CD available at your favorite local record stores online as well. So as time marches on, what are your big plans? I mean, clearly you want to go forward in the Canadian and international music scene. And one thing I've learned since I've been on the show is for the drawbacks of the internet, boy, there sure are some awesome advantages as far as the global reach.
Oh, yeah.
Being young people, have you explored to see if people are digging you overseas or
Yeah, well, we've gotten messages from Germany.
Oh yeah.
And a band in Scotland
Do a
asked,
show with us, man.
yeah, he's like, you'll get paid this many, euros. And I'm just like, well, we're in Canada.
Yeah.
He's just like, oh, that's too bad, because he thought we were, local or whatever, right? But yeah, we got a message from Germany and US, a couple, but obviously we want it to be more. But yeah, even getting out into more of Canada is a big thing for us.
I'd love to go out west personally because I've never been there, and like I hear some pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, and it's better. Like, I remember there was pretty slim pickings to go. You'd have to travel a lot and not get a lot of gigs. But I've been following some people, and they do pretty darn well for themselves. And that's the way they look at it. They say, I want to see this country. I'm going to go when the weather starts to get nice, and I'm going to book myself 10 gigs. And I'm going to do, I'm going to basically pay for my supper. And I think that would be, a great way. Because, frankly, getting out and playing live shows, beyond being something that's fun to do, is really important, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, of course. Yeah, I'm playing in front of as many people as many times as you can, and
It's my favorite thing to do.
nothing like it. Yeah. Nothing like it playing on stage, man.
Yeah. Have you had any great stage disasters? Technical blow-ups and having to do a...
Yep.
What's the one that sticks out in your mind? 'Cause a lot of times it's the save and how you recover that...
Well...
heard you crawl away.
I had the wireless unit disconnect during a song.
Couple times.
A couple times until I figured out a way to make sure that didn't happen. Yeah, and clever device placement as well.
Oh yeah.
I've had to because I couldn't figure out the issue. I've had to actually during a song, very embarrassing, but during a song, lose the wireless plug in. And obviously it sucks, but I have a great band to cover for me if that ever happens, or anyone,
Bass solo, right then.
Yeah. Exactly. I had a string break on stage too. Those are the big ones. I had the wireless, I had the wireless fuck up, and I had
Nothing
the string break.
Too major though.
No, not
easy recovery in a way.
Gabe doesn't punch a lot of heads,
Actually, I haven't even broken a stick yet.
Not playing
I'm
hard enough.
surprised too.
Very good.
I thought for sure the last.
Yeah, no, none of our amps are exploded or anything like that. So that's good. I mean, we haven't caught on fire, pulled up James Hetfield.
Except this one time, actually, now that you bring it up. When we played at Homegrown last time, I was using someone else's hi-hat stand, and it was flying all the way. Oh no!
I don't want to pay for this.
Yeah.
I will say though,
managed to make it work though. Somehow.
Yeah, we're very fortunate that we don't run into the problems. It's very rare when something like that happens, But it sucks when it does. Nothing you can do except fix the problem. Don't freak out. Keep playing the music, So.
Yeah. So, because the band kind of started at a relatively early age, is kind of an extension of yourselves. Do you put any thought in going, geez, do we need to dress a certain way, act a certain way? Do we need to make an image, or
now that you mention it, as you can see, I would not wear these pants.
9 to 5 downtown Hamilton.
Yeah, these are leather pants that I've had.
Look at that.
Oh yeah, look, these are.
Oh shit!
You want a full leg?
Yeah. Up to the camera.
Look at that.
There you go.
There's no pleather. You want to see it?
Yeah, Dean's got long legs. So,
there you go. That's a first for the barbershops.
Yeah.
Pleather pants.
The first pair of leathers, and they're not pleathers either.
Those are real leather?
I guarantee. Oh, look at that. You don't get that kind of a smack off no pleather, bitch. Shit.
That's awesome.
You can ride a motorcycle and fall off it with those ones.
Exactly. They are unfortunately hot.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah.
But I've been wearing these on stage since I was in grade 10, and I graduated from high school 2-3 years ago.
That same pair?
No.
Oh.
I had to get a new pair.
Yeah.
And they're like $200
Yeah.
for a pair of leather pants.
Well, it's like half a cow.
Yeah, exactly.
No, it's skinned in myself. But
Skinned in myself.
yeah, but I had to actually get these taken in, and when they did it the first time, they actually got him like super, and I couldn't even move my legs, and I had to play a show like that. I was like, I need to wear the leathers, so I wore them when they were super tight at one show, but got them fixed again, so they're all right. But another trademark is those shoes.
Yeah, and they are pretty standard. If you're serious about rock and roll, you have to rock either a pair of black or red ones, don't you?
These are my dad's. I would show you.
There we go.
Look at that Dean shot.
Yeah.
Those are your dad's shoes.
Yeah.
We get the leather in there too. We'll just make this our next album cover.
Yeah,
exactly. Just like leather
black shoe.
Our next album is gonna be called like
He used to
Leather
wear
Red.
these shoes when he toured when he was a lot younger, obviously.
Because he's so old now.
Yeah.
Dad, there's a shout out to you. They're letting you stay up at the old folks' home.
He'd only wear these on stage, so then I tried them on. They fit. I was like, oh, I gotta wear these.
Yeah.
Aren't they called Panthers or something like that?
How do you can't even buy these anymore.
I would love a pair of Panthers.
Yes, but you cannot get
I would
them.
love a panther.
A stage panther.
A panther. Oh, a stage panther. Can you imagine not just keeping it in a cage?
You need one. You need one.
Hey, don't boo us.
I want to spin another track off of the CD. And Dawn Before Descent. We sat down and said we need to write a song that's named of our band. You named the band for the song. How did the...
Well, this was the first song we wrote with our last drummer. And we called it Dawn Before Descent because it's our longest song, and in terms of a lot of the elements that we carry, has some like hard rock elements, has some hardcore elements, and it's really a driving song, great opening song to play at shows and stuff like that. And we thought this song just really encapsulated musically like what we like doing with our music. We like writing driving songs that have elements that you don't really hear in alternative rock and hard rock and stuff like that.
It gets the blood flowing.
Exactly. My blood flows a lot when I play this song.
Yeah, if you heard a song tons of times and it still gets you excited, it's a good song.
And this song is honestly probably my favorite song to play, every night when we play shows. And it's just, it's so much fun to play. And the lyrics really fell into place for it too. We kind of encapsulated the meaning of what our name stands for too.
Right.
So it just kind of... Yeah, I don't know. I'll probably explain the lyrics now because I already said. Well, Dawn Before Descent kind of stands for making the best out of your life, and you don't really know what you have until it's gone. So one of the lines in the song is, "Don't gamble with the things you love. Your descent will come before the dawn."
Yeah.
So it's just like, don't put the most important things in your life on the line for petty reasons. Hold dear and persevere.
Yeah, live while you can, kids.
Exactly.
All right, we got Dawn Before Descent by Dawn Before Descent here at barbershoppodcast.com.
Out every night with night she woke up instead to find an empty side of a bed. Thought he had it all until he lost her and he took the fall. So never gamble with the one you love. Your descent will come before the dawn. He thought she wouldn't know until he saw her again and again and again to say my name and never look back. Thought he had it all until he lost her and he took the fall. So never gamble with the one you love. Your descent will come before the dawn. There will be a time when you can fight. You can tell the wrong from right. There will be time for sacrifice. You will have to pay the price. He thought he had it all until he lost her and he took the fall. So never gamble with the one you love. Your descent will come before the dawn. Come before the dawn.
Dawn Before Descent by Dawn Before Descent. Here at barbershoppodcast.com, rock and roll is in our blood. It is what we do. It's a big part of who we are.
It pumps.
It does. It's pumping us up. Is that right, Ryan?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
We pump it up.
Palms up, big
It's often been said. There's no,
muscles feel like they're coming.
it's a great feeling at the end of the night when your ears are ringing and you're just have that buzz, right? Just nothing like it playing on a stage and blowing people away.
Oh yeah, the biggest ear popping experience I ever had wasn't at a show. It was at a rehearsal for a band I was playing with at one time. We were all jammed into this one room. Well, all four of us had huge ass amps, and it was like a jam. So it was a rock jam, and then you know what happens in a guitar rock jam when there's 4 guitarists who love soloing. The volume knob goes up, and by the end of the night, I couldn't hear for like, yeah, the shows aren't too bad though.
You learn your lessons though, eh? You play with quieter people or you wear earplugs.
Yeah, volume doesn't even affect me when I'm playing live at all. You know, it's just like, let's
You're
go.
still ring, but it's not.
And if anything, I want it to be louder. You know, like it's never too loud on stage.
Yeah. And if you're lucky, like Doug at the St. Hollywood, or you got a sound man, a dedicated sound man, it's nice. You know?
Oh, absolutely.
Who knows?
We've been really fortunate. We've been really fortunate with good sound people at the St. Hollywood. Yeah, the Casbah. There's really
that was nice.
A couple of really great sound guys at the Casbah for any bands who want to play there. You will not be disappointed. Yeah.
Yeah, Brody doesn't mess around when it comes to sound guys down there.
No, absolutely not. They know exactly what they're doing.
Yeah.
And, they make us sound great.
Yeah, that and this St. Hollywood are, in my opinion, the 2 best sounding rooms in the city right now.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the Corktown as well. But,
yeah, glad to see they've come back to their senses. It didn't last very long, but when I heard that they weren't going to feature live music anymore, it was just my job.
Why?
It's like, why? It's like
you have an amazing stage
and a reputation. And it's like, I know there was always hassles in that neighborhood because people, it's like it's been around for 150 years. It's like it's been playing music longer than you've been alive. Don't move in next to it and be upset because people are playing music at midnight. So that always but it's not like someone built a place next to your house without asking anyone. You knew what you were getting. So they made it into a Kelsey's, that's great. Okay, it's going to bring in other people, but still feature music, you know. And I think
even when they featured jazz artists, that was great. Like the McMaster Jazz Band plays there. Yeah. The Mohawk, the jazz band has played there and stuff like that. It's just like play something, even if you don't want to feature. I know some of the venues. I'm not sure. I'm not going to name any exactly because I don't want to sound like an idiot because I don't know which ones are which. But they don't feature hardcore or metal bands anymore. Yeah. For that very reason, the Absint's a big one for that. But I mean, like if you have to do that because of sound problems or anything like that, then do it. Stay open. Yeah. As the Corktown, I loved playing there.
Yeah, as long as because it's difficult. The music scene will survive as long as people can see a reason to invest in it. So if you got consistently good music, people will come out and they'll just know it's Thursday night. It doesn't matter if I know specifically who's playing. If I go there, I'm going to have a good time. Yeah. And I think they always used to focus on a room, and they would book it like that. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, at least 3 nights a week, 4 nights a week. There would be consistently good music in there. So you wouldn't have to put so much behind booking and promoting one show and trying to get the people out on a Friday or Saturday when there's competition. It's nice. People like habit. They like to go to, have their favorite rooms. I want you guys to, first of all, I want you to explain the damn song, Threesome with the Captain, because it sounds too good, not to ask about it, because obviously it's come from a story or a joke or something that started it, and I'm hoping you'll play it for us live.
No jokes, really. We came up with the riff, and we started playing the song, just like, we know these lyrics have to be something really fucking great. So the first thing we came up with the name and the main premise of the song, like, in the chorus, like the main line is like, sorry girl, but your body will do, like stuff like that. And you, me, and the bottle, we make 3. Is that kind of thing, just like your party song, get drunk.
Alcohol and ass.
Yeah, exactly.
With a little bit of 80s on us.
Whenever we announce it, the song's like about having threesomes and drinking rum. I don't think any of us have ever done that, but still.
It's like it paints a picture, which is the important thing, right? Yeah. All right, we want to have a little threesome with the captain, and we're going to have it right here in the basement studio.
That's why we stay a trio, because we can actually do it when we don't play.
Yeah, make sure Dean just smacked his headstock into his mic stand, so at least 2 of those strings are sour now. But this is where the pros shine. All right, Threesome with the Captain, Dawn Before Descent, barbershoppodcast.com.
Come on, baby, tell me what you found. what you need. So baby, don't think I'll buy you a drink. You, me, and the bottle, we'd make three. Don't start talking about a second date. It's already getting late. 'Cause we can get drunk, we can make love, and stay up late, and go to every club. I'm not gonna make your dreams come true. I'm sorry, girl, but your body will do. You moved me once, you moved me twice. Well, all you ever did was make me realize the truth. That the only real chance you ever had was a one-night stand. What do we got to lose? So baby, don't think I'll buy you a drink. You, me, and the bottle, we'd make three. Don't stop talking about a second date. It's already getting late. 'Cause we can get drunk, we can make love, stay up late, and go to every club. I'm not gonna make your dreams come true. I'm sorry, girl, but your body will do. Sabriga, you're gonna have to do better than that. I'll buy you a drink. You, me, and the bottle, we'd make three. And don't start talking about a second date. It's already getting late. 'Cause we could get drunk, we could fuck, and stay up late, and go to every club. I'm not gonna make your dreams come true. I'm sorry, girl, but baby, don't think I'll buy you a drink. You, me, and the bottle, we'd make three. Don't stop talking about a second date. It's already getting late. We can get drunk, we can make love, and stay up late, and go to every club. I'm not gonna make your dreams come true. I'm sorry, girl, but your body will do.
Sweetness from Dawn Before Descent. A little story about threesome with Mr. Captain Morgan.
Mr. Captain.
I don't get a lot of girls who drink rum, though, you know. I think you do a little bit better with gin. You keep the Captain Morgan for yourself.
Well, I was in Cuba not too long ago, and on Friday night...
count. It's too much rum in Cuba.
Well, we're talking about rum. So I came home with a bottle of Havana Club that I got for free there, and Friday night.
I don't remember getting into that.
You don't remember getting
No.
It's not
Cuban rum is
alive
different than
anymore.
regular rum. Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, so good. I was when I was in Cuba, I just totally got into it, and I was just rocking the super intense drinks that they were pouring me in Cuba. Like, they made pina coladas that were just like half slushy, half rum, and just like, you know.
The way it should be.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit.
Didn't even taste like a pina colada, just felt like a rum colada. You know?
So, I'm going to ask each of you a couple questions. First one, as far as musicianships, you've chosen an instrument. Who's the one guitar player, bass player, and drummer that you bow down to? You know, there's probably a bunch for different reasons, but one that's consistently been someone that you look up to and say, wow, every time you hear him play guitar?
Okay. Well, I'm sorry I have to say two, because one has been my ultimate god for a long time is John Petrucci for Dream Theater.
Yeah.
And just because I find him the best,
His phrasing is incredible.
Incredible. Just, he's incredible. And I have to say J.B. Brubaker from August Burns Red is a big one for me. He's the songwriter in the band, and he writes some of the most innovative hardcore music that the scene has to offer, and I can totally relate to him in a lot of ways, and just by his playing ability, and also because he's a songwriter. So I gotta say those two, like one's more modern, the other one's more my all-time hero, but those two are big ones for me.
And you mentioned Copeland, or is he factor in at all, Gabe? Or,
Oh yeah, like I would say, like I have lots and lots of favorite drummers, but he's definitely up there for like my number one influence, because like I just love his style, and he actually composed a lot of the Police's music as well as his own solo work afterwards. And like he's done musical scores for video games, movies, and like he's just like really big influence on me for sure.
Yeah. Mike, who's
I don't know if I could just name one.
got to be Geezer Butler. No one ever mentions old Geezer, do they? Rides
He sounds awesome on the new Black Sabbath
He
record.
does. He
sounds
killer.
awesome.
He's
I'm not
killer.
gonna lie.
Yeah. I have to go with Flea just because.
Yeah.
Kick-ass bass player.
Nothing more.
Yeah.
As soon as you say his name.
Mr. Geddy Lee, I'm sure.
Yes,
but
yeah, Geddy Lee. Victor Wooten.
Victor Wooten's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
Billy Sheehan.
When you see some of these cats live, it's just incredible.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard people say, okay,
Yeah.
they've come in like 20 years after they've played in their biggest band and they've done a smaller gig or a show, but they come in and people watch them and said, boy, it's it's just that actually could not take my eyes off.
Yeah. It was like that when I saw Buddy Guy, actually. It was just incredible.
And the showmanship too, because it's a big part, and it's tough to go into your shell. It's like it's terrifying but wonderful, but to develop that confidence and that stage presence that people is endearing to people, because Buddy Guy, everyone loves him.
Oh yeah,
he's a sweetheart.
Oh yeah,
But
and
still,
his stage presence is just off the wall too, because like he does everything on the spot, whatever he's feeling. It's just musicians that play with him are all like, you have to watch him like a hawk and stuff like that. I thought that was so cool, just how comfortable he was on stage and how his improvised solos were just ridiculous.
Yeah. I heard he hasn't touched his knobs on his amp in 20 years because he spilled some coke on it and they're all stuck there, and he goes, that's exactly the way I like it. I'm sick and tired of them all getting mixed around. And
the amp's probably gonna like explode if he tries to turn up the bass or something like that.
Do anything. If you had to come back in a time machine, and if you had to give a piece of advice to someone who was in your position 5-6 years ago, what would it be?
Play music. Play music. Even if it's not your own, if you're scared to write, play music you love to hear and play it. And that's what we had a big benefit of doing, is we punched out 10, 12 covers and started playing a bunch of shows, and as soon as we were comfortable finding the things we loved playing live, that's when we wrote a song like Understand that had a big driving riff, and people love that stuff. But what I gotta say is, get your band as tight as you can early, play other people's music, find your influences, and just don't stop playing. And then
play what you love.
If you want to be a cover band, great, but I tell you right now, once you see a crowd's reaction, like a positive, really great positive reaction to something that you've wrote, it's just the most fulfilling feeling ever. So all I'm saying is, if you're in a band that wants to be original music but hasn't got there yet, just play some covers. Get playing, find out what the band is comfortable with, and then gradually
and feel free
original songs will just pour out of you.
And feel free to even sing those songs in your own voice and put your own spin on it.
Don't be afraid to muck around at practice and just jam. And just play random shit, because that's how a lot of our songs came to be. A lot of our riffs came to be just randomly playing shit, and that's the biggest piece of advice I'd have to give. But
I would say just do what feels right for you to do, and don't listen to other people if they have some sort of idea for what they think you should be. Just follow your own path and love what you do, and
run from the light.
Run from the light.
Give her shit.
Yeah, and there's going to be people. There's going to be those succubus. There's going to be those false gods who are going to try to take you in different directions, and you have to be pretty steadfast about where you're going and what you're doing. You have to be flexible, because you're going to get things that happen that you don't anticipate, but you have to keep going forward, I think.
Yeah.
So
You got to stay calm and move on. That's it.
Well, I want you to play another song. I want you to tell me a little bit about Gypsy.
Okay, cool. Well, Gypsy is the second song that we ever wrote. Way back when. This is another 5-year song. 4 or 5 years. I think we've kind of finished it when I was in grade. It's all good. When I was in grade 9, I'm thinking grade 9 or 10. And then we started playing it with our drummer at the time, and we just. To this day, it's my favorite song I've ever written.
Yeah.
Just not because it's not super heavy, but it's some of the most expressive music that I've ever written.
Even when we're playing a show and there's no one there, we play Gypsy, we always go crazy.
Yeah, we
always get pumped up.
We close with the song at every show.
Yeah.
And it's just personally, it's my favorite song that I've ever written, and just playing it live is a great feeling,
Well, you can honestly tell that you guys do love what you do, and you're absolutely behind these songs. So it's been a pleasure hearing you play them live, and it's a pleasure for you, the fans of BarbershopPodcast.com. We got Dom before the set, and this is Gypsy.
Cause I've been to the mountains, seen through the stars. I've been to many places, some were close and some were far. Met a lot of people, heard a lot of truth, but no matter where I went, there was no one like you. She's the girl I met with the talkative, the craving impossible to get. Times infinite without you by my side. Oh, how the years have carried on since you have been gone. Because I've been to the mountains, seen through the stars. I've been to many places, some were close and some were far. Met a lot of 'cause I've been to the mountains, seen through the stars. I've been to many places, some were close and some were far. Met a lot of people, heard a lot of truth. No matter where I went, there was no one like you. Oh, no one like you.
Okay.
For shame.
So
Shame.
I'm sick. I'm heavily medicated.
Shame.
And I guess I don't know if I blacked out. We're going to review the tape, but I could have sworn Kevin said we were going to spin that track.
Spin.
So I apologize.
We don't
That
have
was my
instant replay.
bad. That was supposed to be live.
But
Yeah.
this is live.
It
It's
is
live
live,
TV.
yeah.
And this stuff happens, and that's what makes it magic.
Yes. Yes. So apologies to the band,
Sorry.
the audience, and everybody.
There's no apologies. It just means extra music. So
We're happy with how it turned out on the CD.
yeah. You know.
I fully blame NyQuil.
Yes, they do not take responsibility for their actions, but
Yeah.
we will give you one more live performance. We're not going to leave you wanting. So we're going to do the contention song. Is there some contention involved in the issue?
Hold on, let me cue up the CD.
No.
Okay.
That's our first rim shot, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like
nobody's ever done that. 44 episodes.
Do you think there'd be
First
enough?
rim.
Holy jinx.
There's
I'm calling
enough.
on both of you.
You owe me a beer.
Innovator.
Oh no, harmonize that.
All right, the contention song by Dawn Before Descent. BarbershopPodcast.com.
It was so simple and untucked till you got reckless and threw it away. You had everything one could want. Now you're crazy if you think I will stay. The girl's off her hooker. She had a reason to be. The girl's off her hooker. And she always comes to me, yeah. Well, when she walks, she blows holes in the dance floor. Everyone knows her name. It's like a contest and she's the prize, and I'm the one playing her game. The girl's off her hooker. She had a reason to be. The girl's off her hooker, but she always comes to me, yeah. girls off her rocker, and she always comes on me. Yeah. The girls off her rocker, the girls off her rocker, the girls off her rocker.
Dawn Before Descent. This is one you're going to want to listen to. It's one you're going to want to buy, and you're going to want to catch these guys live. The next opportunity you have is October 1st at This Ain't Hollywood for St. Ingles Monkey Biz.
Fundraiser.
It's a fundraiser. It does damn good work for some of the people in this town in the creative industry.
Yeah.
And this is a hard-working creative town, and we're not making as much steel as we used to, but God damn it, we're making some good shit, aren't we? Well, guys, I want to thank you for coming to the studio. It's been so much fun, as usual. Ryan, made it through another one.
Yeah, barely made it through this one.
Well, we're going to be back.
I'd like to thank NyQuil for your help this week.
For your butcheries. Next week, he will be back full form, though.
Oh, yeah, I'll be good by then.
Flying high, we got Mr. Bill Majoris. Awesome musician, and you're going to want to check that show out. Every week, we got something fantastic here at barbershoppodcast.com coming to you from Hamilton, Ontario, a place that Reader's Digest just said one of 6 cities in Canada you're going to want to visit. And if you do, you're going to want to check these guys out. Just check out Barbershop Podcast every week. Share it with your friends. Let people know what's going on. I want to thank you for coming out. Take care, guys.
Thanks,
Have
man.
a great night.
Yeah.
Keep on rocking.
You too.
Rock on, man.